Hey friends, my name is Elle and this is Linda Moon, and you are watching the Grow Kids Curriculum Deep Dive for Volume 5. What we're talking about in this deep dive specifically is we are talking about the fall quarter. So, first, we're going to talk about discipleship, then, we'll talk about our event strategy. And for both of these things, our goal is to give you like a big picture view of what's coming up this quarter, but then also give you like some really specific things that you can do to make these things even more awesome. So, Linda, tell us what we're doing today.
Yeah, so if you are a Grow user, our goal with these deep dives is to give you a head start into preparing for this upcoming quarter. And if you're not, no worries at all. We love you still, and we would love for you to come and steal some of these ideas and make it your own in your ministries. So, what we're going to do is first, we're going to give you an overview of our discipleship activity, and we'll follow it up with some fun tips on how you can just use it to the max. And then we'll give you a series overview of the fall event, and then we'll give you some tips on how to use that and maximize that as well.
Love it. All right, let's do it. Okay, so first let's talk about our discipleship activity. These are our small group party kits for kids. And the reason that we're doing this is because in the fall, our spiritual habit for this quarter is spending time with others. So every fall, we try to create an activity that will help kids develop better relationships with each other, maybe with their families, maybe with their small group leaders. So this time, we are doing these small group party kits just to help like enhance relationships, especially at the beginning of the school year. So, Linda, we have a special guest to talk to us about these. In fact, the author of this little resource. So, who are we visiting with today?
Yes, we have the actual author with us today. It's Brooklyn Lindsay. She is on our Stuff You Can Use team. She's our director of content development. She is a fountain, an endless fountain of ideas, and we love her so much. So, Brooklyn, thanks for being here. Could you tell us a little bit about this activity?
Of course, of course. Hey, everybody. Yes, I am so excited about this activity because it gives all of you leaders an opportunity to choose your own adventure. We have 10 different parties that small groups can do together. And what we've done is we've kind of taken away all the research and, the whole process of kind of developing what a party looks like. And we put it all together in a really easy to-do list. And you'll have it to be able to buy whatever you need for each party. So for example, there's a movie night party where you'll have an instruction sheet and you can go ahead and pre-buy the things that can go in that box so that each leader can have an amazing movie night with their small group. Things in that box might be individual size candies, popcorn buckets, or maybe microwavable popcorn, something like that. If you're doing the Water Wars party, it might be that you're getting 2 Nerf blasters and a bunch of blaster darts. Maybe you're getting some water balloons that you can fill up. There is an unbirthday party, which I think is my very favorite one out of all of them, just because unbirthdays are the best, and there's so many of them, 351 to be exact. So I love unbirthday parties where everyone gets to celebrate their birthday party, and in it might be some little individual little Debbie cakes or birthday candles, party hats, stuff like that, so that when everyone gets together at the location where the small group is meeting, all they have to do is open the box and have a party. So it's going to be really fun, and I hope you enjoy all the options that there are. I definitely will be having an unbirthday party this year, so I'm excited about it.
Thanks so much, Brooklyn. Seriously, these are so great. There are about 8 or 9 ideas. There are so many good ones like Lego parties and Ninja Warrior parties. I think you guys are going to have a blast. And I think the best part is that as a leader, you don't have to do much. Like they're already ready for you. So we're really excited about this. So thank you, Brooklyn, for telling us about it. And let's share a few tips about what you can do with this discipleship activity now.
All right, Brooklyn, thank you so much for your time, you precious angel. Now, we just want to give a few tips here. I've got a couple, Linda's got one. So, this first tip that I want to give you is to just remember like, this is super flexible, this activity. We did this in our ministry in a few different ways, and we want to give you permission to make it work however you would like to as well. So, this could be something you do like just 1 week or maybe for 1 month. You could do it for like a whole quarter, or if you want to, if you like really love it, you could also keep it up all year long. So really this is up to you how you want to use these. If you do want to keep them up for like a long period of time, just kind of monitor them regularly and like refill the boxes with supplies so that they're always ready to go. But yeah, it's totally up to you. use this for as long or as short of a period of time as you would like to.
And the great thing about that is you can also customize it in so many different ways. So, the first thing is we would suggest that you let your kids pick the kits because I think it adds to the hype and the excitement. So, show them what's available and have them vote on their favorite one. And if they want to do the same one next month, that's great too. Just have them keep doing their favorites. I think it's great. It's a great way to get kids involved in their own party.
Mhm.
And the other idea is you can have your own ideas. We did provide a few that we think you would really enjoy, but we know you are all so creative and you might come up with other events. And so we provide blank templates and labels for you to make your own custom box and do what your kids love best. So I'm really excited about all the opportunities that you can have with this. So we'd love to see them and post them
Mhm.
if you have a chance.
Yeah, and then last thing is we actually have these same kits available, but in different age appropriate ways for students and also for adults. So if you are using Grow Students or Grow Groups, which is our new adult small group curriculum, you'll find versions of this that are more like catered to those different age groups. So check them out there. They have different graphics, they have different like party themes and all of that stuff. So yeah, if you want to kind of get on the same page with your youth ministry or maybe your adult groups ministry, this is a great way to kind of like link arms and share ideas and do some fun stuff together. So check that out. And that's kind of it for the small group party kits. They're pretty straightforward, but really effective, we think. And now let's take a look at the event that we have for this fall. So, since our spiritual habit for the fall is spending time with others, we always love to give you an event for the fall that is just a really fun opportunity for kids to build relationships with each other, maybe with a small group leader, with their families, and maybe even this is something that you expand into your whole community. So, what we're doing for this volume is we're doing an event called Pick Your Path. And Linda, you are like the queen of all of the kids ministry stuff. So why don't you explain what is going into this event? I'm super excited about it. Like I would very much like to do this. So if you could plan this, like maybe come to my house and set it up, that would be awesome. But let the people know what we're doing here.
So, this event, Pick Your Path, is inspired by those choose your own adventure books and movies and interactive specials on Netflix. And it might seem overwhelming at first, but it's actually a lot simpler than it looks. So, stay with us. So, just a quick overview of how it's played. Setup is you're going to have different things set up at each station, very similar to small group party kits. Everything you need will be in its own box and they will be labeled. And so once you have your teams assembled and you're ready to go, each team or family or however you split everybody up into groups, they will select a path that they want to take to their next station. And once they arrive at their next station, they will pick the box that corresponds to the path they took. So, for example, if I chose path A to get to my next destination, once you get there, you'll pick the box that says A, and then you'll do whatever activity is in that box. And the volunteer at that station will either award you points or time you to see how long it took you to do it, record it on your scorecard, and then you're done and you pick the next path and you move on to the next station. And because this is choose your own adventure, there are some dead ends in this activity. So once they arrive at a dead end, then all they have to do is go back to the previous station and pick a different path and then come back to the station. So it will delay them, obviously, but it's not at the end of the game. And then it's either the first team to arrive at the final destination, which is called Lavapalooza, they would win, or the team with the fastest time. And also, we do provide some different ways you might want to award different groups. So it's not just the first place winners who get the prize. So it's really exciting. And we do provide a bunch of fun printables to help you with this activity. We have a really cool island map. We have scorecards for each team, like we mentioned. We have all the labels for the boxes and the instructions that go with the labels. And we also have like an overview directory so you know exactly how to set up each station and where all the dead ends exist. So this is really cool. I think you'll have so much fun with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love all of the things that we provide. We also have like, activities, there's food ideas, decor, lots of fun stuff that's like all on theme just to help make this like event super over the top and amazing. So now let's get into just a few tips to help you make this event even extra awesome.
So, the first tip is there are a lot of stations in this activity because it is choose your own adventure. So, we need as many options as possible. But the good news is you don't need that many volunteers to run this event. So, if you're at a smaller church, don't freak out. We got you. So, we have stations that are labeled from A through T. So, that would seem like a lot, but we broke it down into stations so that one volunteer can manage like 4 to 5 activities in their station. And since it is self run, it's totally manageable. So I'm excited for you to reach out to as many people in your ministry to help run this event with you.
Amazing. Yeah, we love events that don't require like, a zillion people to pull off. That is magical. Second tip, if necessary, feel free to stagger your start times. We know that like when you start to get a ton of people, if they're all trying to do the path at the exact same time, chaos might ensue. So to kind of help prevent that, you might want to like hold some people back and say like, okay, now's your start time. You can go ahead, kind of like a water slide. You don't want anybody running each other over. And if you're going to do it that way, then Linda, you kind of alluded to this earlier, but there's other ways to kind of announce a winner. You don't have to just be the first person to get through the path. Instead, you could have everyone log like how long it took them to get through the entire course. And then, that person is the winner, the person who did it the fastest, or the team that did. So yeah, stagger your start times to prevent, at least some chaos. Can't prevent all of it, but some of it.
Yes, and also to help with the chaos, make sure you label everything. And we do provide the labels, like we mentioned earlier, for all the boxes that you need to prepare at each station. But, we love to say, clarity is kindness around here.
Mhm.
So make sure you label every station, put as many arrows so people know exactly where they're going. And we don't want people to feel overwhelmed by this activity. We want them to know exactly where they're going and just to have fun with this entire choose your own adventure thing that they're doing.
Yes. And speaking of the choose your own adventure theme, if you want to, you can actually pair this with the teaching series from Volume 5 called Choose Your Own Adventure. You don't have to, it can totally stand alone and just be its own thing. But if you do want to pair them, there's like some cool tie ins you can do. You could even, especially if you're making this like a community event and you want to incorporate like a brief moment of teaching, you could even do kind of like a recap of the big ideas from the Choose Your Own Adventure series, maybe as a kickoff to that series or as a wrap up. So just check that out and see if there's like some fun ways that make sense on your calendar to make the event and the teaching series just like be friends, because they could be if they want to be.
Yeah, and speaking of community events, we're all about the segues today.
Yes, we are.
um, totally do that. Make it an outreach event, and fall is a great time to do it, especially because with the discipleship, we're talking about spending time with others. So you can make your event about that as well. Just a tip though is make sure you do have registrations early so you can make teams so people don't straggle in and they don't know where to go or they don't have enough people to form a team.
Love it. Amazing. So, friends, hopefully, with those tips, that will give you what you need to make this event really awesome. And that is it for this deep dive for this quarter. We will be back next quarter to talk to you about what is going on in the discipleship and the event strategies for the winter season. But for now, we would love to see what you are doing with this discipleship activity and this event. If you have pictures, if you have videos, if you have stories, if you just have your own like good ideas or spins that you've kind of taken on each of these things, feel free, please, to share them in the Stuff You Can Use Facebook group, because we love what you're doing and we love learning from you and swapping ideas so that other people can, do the same awesome things that you're doing. So we will see you over there. Linda, thank you so much for hanging and
Thank
teaching
you.
us all the things. And friends, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.